It's Friday, and every Friday until the conclusion of the January transfer window, we here at CHN are going to give you guys the latest transfer rumors and our analysis of them all. This is week 1, and there are already some intriguing, injury-prone names. So, without further ado, let's start things off with a bang. Michy Batshuayi transfer marked value £22.50 million. Yes, the dream summer signing that never happened. Newcastle have been linked to Batshuayi since his days in League One, and once again we find ourselves linked to him again after a summer of wishing he would join Newcastle on loan. This time, it looks like Batshuayi is set to leave Chelsea on a loan deal in January. The Chronicle reports that Conte is considering sending him out on loan as long as they bring in a replacement. Batshuayi is looking for more playtime as he has only made 5 first-team starts despite having scored 6 goals. He has even been playing with the under-21s during their Checkatrade Trophy campaign, recently scoring a brace against MK Dons. The move makes sense for Batshuayi as he also looks to solidify a spot on the Belgian national team's World Cup roster after only 11 caps for the national side. Regular first-team football makes sense for the young striker, and Newcastle need a proven goalscorer. Everything looks good to make this deal happen, and then there was this. A comment from a Chronicle reader has left us all a little worried for Batshuayi. Definite yes on a loan deal with a view to buy. Only thing that worries me is apparently he was cuddling a hot water bottle on the bench at the weekend, so if it's too cold in London for him it might as well be the Arctic Circle here. Hell, not one to come Paul 9. Let's hope Michy can adjust, because you all know we need a striker. Luke Shaw transfer marked value £16.20 million. The English golden boy at left-back, who has not quite lived up to the hype due to injuries, has been linked to Newcastle. Shaw is the Man U prospect, thought to be the future of English football, who has found himself only appearing 4 times this season. This is largely due to the amount of time he has spent recovering from injuries, as it has been a rough past couple of years riddled with injuries since his magical 2013 season. Yet, Rafa believes he can salvage the 22-year-old's career and help him reach his full potential. Shaw would be a welcome addition to the team, given he plays. He is a fine left-back with a decent bit of pace, who actually tracks back and defends. The fact that he defends already gets him a first-team spot over Manquillo, who along with Yedlin have struggled in that department. The biggest issue, like many players on this list, is if he can stay healthy. Danny Ings transfer marked value £7.20 million. Danny Ings is that rumour that just won't go away. Ings has not played first-team football in a while due to nagging injury problems. Ings of course is talented when healthy, but the issue is that he has not been healthy in years. The 25-year-old is being tracked by a number of clubs including Pardew's West Brom as well as West Ham, Crystal Palace, Stoke, and Brighton. It is a little surprising considering Ings has made only 7 appearances for Liverpool since 2015. This of course is due to the fact he was sidelined all of 2015 with an anterior cruciate ligament injury in his left knee. The next year he was sidelined for 9 months for an injury to his right kneecap sustained during a cup match against Tottenham. He finally made an appearance on September 19, 2017 as a substitute against Leicester City in a cup match. He was subbed into the midfield, and ended up with an abysmal 5.7 rating. Still, Ings is on the watch list for so many Premier League sides, all hoping he can be the player he was when he was at Burnley. Kiko Casilla transfer marked value £5.40 million. A new keeper was the top priority this past window, and unfortunately a keeper was never bought. An unsuccessful saga with Pepe Reina left fans wondering what now. It looks like we finally have an answer. Another former Benitez keeper, Kiko Casilla, looks to be sold by Real Madrid in this upcoming window, and of course the team linked with him is Newcastle. Rafa bought Casilla during his tenure with Madrid from Espanyol for £4.2 million, and since Rafa's departure Casilla has struggled to make first-team appearances. He finds himself playing back up to Keylor Navas, having only made 10 appearances for Zidane this season. He likely will be further down the pecking order as Real Madrid are looking to sign Athletic Bilbao's Kepa Arrizabalaga. Casilla would immediately start in goal if the Newcastle move were to happen. Zidane has reportedly already said the keeper could leave in January, so the biggest barrier would likely be the wage demands from the keeper. With the rumoured sale of the club finalised, this might not be as big of a barrier as it was this past summer with many Newcastle targets. Cenk Tosun transfer marked value £9.45 million. Another player rumoured with Newcastle the whole season has been Cenk Tosun. Tosun, of course, is the striker who has been absolutely destroying it for Besiktas. Tosun so far has 12 goals in 21 appearances, including 4 goals in the Champions League. There have been a host of Premier League clubs looking to sign Tosun, which has driven his price up into the £2,030 million range. Earlier in the week this would have priced Newcastle out of the move, but news of the takeover finalised and Staveley agreeing to reimburse Ashley for all January money has made this move a possibility once more. Newcastle will have to compete for the signing of Tosun with a host of other place clubs, but more notably Real Madrid, who, as the Chronicle reports, sent a representative to scout him during Besiktas Champions League match against RB Leipzig. Richmond Boki transfer marked value £1.80 million. ESPN broke a story earlier this week that West Brom and Newcastle are looking to target Richmond Boki from Red Star Belgrade. Boki alone has more goals than Newcastle this season and could be a welcome addition to the squad. He currently is sitting on 14 goals through 13 league matches, but you must consider it is the Serbian Superliga. Boki has played well for Red Star in their Europa League campaign, as he was a key reason for them advancing out of the group stages for the first time in 26 years. Boki will be hard to pry away from Red Star as they're just inked a deal with him that will secure his services until 2020. Jack Hendry transfer marked value £220,000. The Daily Mail reports that Newcastle, Southampton and Crystal Palace have all been monitoring Dundee's Jack Hendry. The 22-year-old centre-back has been drawing comparisons to John Stones, and there is genuine belief per the Chronicle that the youngster could succeed in the Premier League. Hendry just joined Dundee from Wigan this past summer, and Dundee has been looking to extend his contract to lock him up long-term, as he only has 18 months remaining on his contract. Dundee, however, is reportedly struggling financially, and the sale of Hendry to a place side with access to lucrative TV money would rejuvenate the club's finances. All of this being said, Celtic are reportedly the front-runners for the signature of Hendry. They can offer something no other club monitoring him can: possible Champions League football next season even if they were terrible in the group stages. That's all for this week. Let us know who you think could be joining Newcastle in January in the comments.